Hello and welcome to This Week in Construction, live from Construction Sport HQ with me, Steve Kerslake. We've been away for a few weeks. It has been far busier than we would ever expected. Apologies for not regular updates the last few weeks, but we are a limited team and we have been in demand. We have been all over the country, all over the UK, all over Ireland, Northern Ireland, mainland Ireland, Scotland, and also a number of places in England. So, and where to start really? UKREiiF. So I went up to UKREiiF. If you don't know much about UKREiiF, then it is a huge exhibition up in Leeds. Sir Robert McAlpines, the great team over there, welcomed me to their post-event drinks and nibbles for a presentation that I got to join Jacob van Gas, who's a Paralympic athlete for the UK, for GB. I was alongside him talking to the audience and clientele of Sir Robert McAlpines all about what construction sport's about and how sport plays a huge part in benefiting us all mentally. And Jacob van Gas also spoke about that as well, what was hugely positive in helping promote what we talk about as well. So yeah, UKREiiF, the real estate investment and infrastructure forum. So yeah, huge event, very corporate, a lot of corporate. I think you can tell just by the fact it's £1,000 a ticket basically just to attend this event, but they get 12,000 people there over the course of 3 days, what is huge. But yeah, a massively beneficial evening to us, and we've had a number of contacts, inquiries off the back of that. So thank you, Sir Robert McAlpine, you wonderful people. As well as that, tractor fever, a little trot on tractors. Point A was London and point B was Donegal, and a team of 26 tractors, including support crews as well, lorries, Winnebagos, you name it. We drove from London to Donegal on vintage tractors, and it took 6 days, and it was incredible. It was unbelievable. The teamwork, camaraderie, community that it brought together, people just supporting each other, supporting us as a charity, supporting Western Care Association out in Ireland, another charity. It was unbelievable. I was part of it from day one. We drove pretty much from the Claddering in London all the way to Northampton on the first day. Northampton to Rugeley was just north of Birmingham, I believe, northeast of Birmingham. And then from there, we headed up to Liverpool on day 3. So it was mad few days, that's for sure. But mad in the most positive way. It was brilliant. If you can see, I'm not sure, I do think it was an Irish thing as well, the way that everyone supported each other, because I'm very part of much of the English culture kind of side of it. And you can see there's not that level of support for each other that we saw within that community of 30 kind of, including the support staff, 30, 40 kind of Irish folk coming together. You woke up in the morning, you wonder where your tractor was. Someone had taken it, put it to one side and filled it up with petrol or diesel for you. People, after they went across the beaches in Ireland, they were hosing it down, cleaning each other's tractors. If anyone had a problem with a tractor, someone was there to help them. Everybody to help everyone. We pulled up at a stop. The Winnebago had literally made sandwiches for everyone. Some of the guys had run to the shops and bought food for everyone. We got to the end, and the big Irish pubs that we went into at the end, they could not host a party big enough for us. It was incredible. They literally just put on a massive show, and it was unbelievable. So I went to Liverpool, had to get back for a few family commitments, and then I come back from Liverpool on the Tuesday night, and the team over behind the scenes here at Construction Sport went and met the guys, flew over to Belfast for the last couple of days, and met them and took the lads over the finish line in Donegal. But unbelievable. Some unbelievable footage, content going to be coming out over the next couple of weeks. There's a few things gone up. I think the one that topped it for me was drone footage of these 26 tractors flying across the beaches of Northern Ireland. It was unreal. We can't say enough. They've raised 6 figures, of which 50% comes to us and 50% goes to Western Care. That is hugely beneficial to us and will change the way that we operate for the best, and will give us some huge support to keep on pushing this all forward. So a massive thank you again, Tom Hardiman and the main man Liam O'Malley, who really helped put that on from Hunter Plant Hire. Huge event, and it took a little while to come back down to earth after that. So yeah, amazing. We've also been, as of Sunday evening, the great team on the tools got in touch with us and said, Steve, we're going on a van rally again, but a different one, a protesting based van rally of Westminster with a great crew of people called Trades United. It's headed up by a guy called Shoaib Awan. And he's known as the gas expert online. I'm not sure if it's TikTok, but definitely on Instagram. Shoaib put a massive crew together, pulled everyone together to really protest about tool theft and how tool theft, from the government's perspective, needs to be addressed. It's crazy that these car boot sales are allowing people to sell stolen goods in the clear light of day. It's people probably get pulled over and put away for just literally supplying stolen goods anywhere. But when it comes to tool theft, it just seems like construction workers, again, it doesn't really matter about them. But these boot sales, it's awful. But the law's in place there already. And the police who we spoke to as well at the event were saying that they're just not funded enough to push the law and really do it. So a lot of the time, a crime number's handed out. People then have to go and get their insurance to pay out. They get paid out X amount of it because they can't justify the price of old tools. And then next thing you know, because you've had a claim, insurance policy goes up the following year. So it's incredible just how bad and how wrong it is. But yeah, fair play to Trades United for coming together. We met at Brent Cross. I met everybody up there. We loaded our van up. We put stickers down the side. We put some flags on top so everyone could see we were part of it. And from there, it was probably near on 200 vans, I suppose, that you headed down to Westminster. An hour's journey of just beeping the horn all the way. Everyone in the public, everyone alongside the vans and the pavements was asking why we're bibbing and all that. But everybody was really supportive. Everybody really got it. As soon as you said to someone, this is all about tool theft and getting the government to act on it, people were really behind it. And every single one we spoke to out the window knew someone affected by tool theft. So I guarantee you guys listening to this will know someone who's been affected. It happens if it's not just tool theft, it's pretty much whole vehicle theft really. But people aren't being punished enough because the government aren't slapping people's hands enough. So huge well done to them people. That was unbelievable. We shut Westminster down quite quickly once we got there. Things just come to a halt because there was so much vehicles, everyone bibbing, a few people with their cars. But the police were quite respectful about it and they let us do what we needed to do, and in turn they were respected back by everybody in the vans as well. But we made national headlines across multiple platforms, BBC, Channel 5, and that's just to name a few on the tools. Obviously pushed it, Fixed Radio were there pushing it out their end, and I think by the looks of it on TV and the articles come across online, it's picked up a bit of momentum, so fingers crossed more can be done. I spoke to a few people since then. They said next one let me know about it, Steve, as well, because all our vans in our fleet have been done over the years. So it's a shocking state of affairs, really, what is going on in that world. But this week, I'm off to Digital Construction Week at the Excel with the great man that is Fred Mills, the YouTube sensation, shall we say. He's asked me to join him tomorrow at that exhibition. That's going to be good, see what that's all about. Not been to that one before, so be something different. There'll be a few people there who we're going to catch up with. I think Fixed Construction, those guys are there as well. And then we're off to a five-a-side tournament tomorrow night with the great Tri-Build. So recruitment company bringing all their clientele together to support construction sport once again, what we're hugely thankful for. In the news though, this week going forward, there's been a vigil held at a work site, a Berkeley site. Safety campaigners held a vigil last Friday for a construction worker killed at the Camden Goods Yard site in North London. We've been out on the road. I didn't realise there was been another fatality, but Berkeley Group's company St George is developing 600 new homes, and that's where the fatality occurred. This is on the Construction Inquirer. It understands the victim was hit by an asphalt paving lorry. Construction Union Unite and campaigners from London Hazard Centre staged the vigil after news of the incident emerged. Again, this Unite lot, they only pop up as soon as there's someone to be jumped on, isn't they? I'm not all that sure, these unions, are they right? A St George spokesperson told the Camden New Journal a fatal accident occurred outside our site. Staff on site rushed to help the victim, but were unable to do so. Our deepest condolences to the victim's family. We are assisting the police with inquiries. Met Police said police and ambulance service were called at around 4:30 p.m. May the 24th, so a couple of weeks ago. Following an accident on a construction site, a man was suddenly pronounced dead. Shocking state of affairs. Why is this still happening? 4:30 in the day again. There you go, 4:30 p.m. Not many trades work apart from the people on the ground, really, ground workers. I know a lot of skilled trades and all the sparkies, plumbers, the people inside these buildings that we build, they don't really seem to be working as late as the people outside. 4:30 p.m. I know a few fatalities that have now happened. And these last hours of work when people are just knackered. Fatigue management. That's what it's all about. You manage fatigue, manage people's health. Don't fill up with bad food and a bit of diet and decent food. That people, I'm not saying this is the reason why, but come 4:30, people are knackered. Should we be physically working as hard as we should be at 4:30? Something's there to be said. The hospital in Dublin Children's Hospital, held by BAM, is back in the news once again. We had a huge response to this a few months ago, and it's back in the headlines. An Irish government official has accused BAM of backtracking on a promise to complete a new National Children's Hospital in Dublin this year. Eamon Quinn, head of major capitals projects, Department of Health, said the contractor should meet its commitments, big words, on the Trouble project. BAM was appointed in 2016 to build the National Paediatric Hospital, but costs have soared and timescales for its opening have slipped. Appearing before the Irish Parliament Public Accounts Committee, PAC, Quinn was repeatedly asked whether the facility would open this year. He replied, the contractor said it would be finished in October 24, and the contractor has sought to resign itself from that position. There is an element here that the contractor does not stand up to its previous commitments. If the contractor is saying it is now aiming to complete the job in 2025 February, then the department expects it to meet those commitments, provided a detailed program to support that, to resource it and put the management in place and sustainably complete in 2025 February or before. A €1.4 billion budget, £1.2 billion allocation made in 2019 has been exceeded by the end of 22, according to the National Paediatric Hospital. A revised budget of £1.9 billion was approved by ministers in February this year. Now, the project director was asked how many revisions have been made to the scheme. There are circa 6,000 drawings on this project since the gross maximum price was set. They have been revised 3 times on average, he said. There have been 23,283 drawings issued to the end of April. Devine also confirmed there had been a circa 150 change orders given to the contractors in the past 6 months. A document submitted to the committee said 9 adjudications. It looks like that's going up again then by the sounds of it. This hospital seems to be a bit of a thorn in the side of not just BAM, but obviously the Irish state, should we say. And fingers crossed to get that. Just get the bloody doors open. It's a children's hospital. Stop freaking about, shall we? 7 hospitalised in a fire on a Bouygues site. 7 people have been taken to hospital after a fire broke out on a Bouygues site in East London. Emergency crews were called around 8:30 a.m. on Tuesday in the Hallsville Quarter regeneration site in Canning Town. I know it's easy to say it when we sit back here, but how are these things happening? What are these sites actually looking like? What are they operating like? Why are incidents? Why are people getting killed? Why are fires kicking off? But emergency crews at around 8:30 a.m. on Tuesday, 10 fire engines and around 70 firefighters put out the fire an hour later and rescued a person using a 13.5 metre ladder. Paramedics treated 10 people for smoke inhalation, 7 of whom were then taken to hospital. Looks like they come pretty close to a fucking disaster, this one. The fire brigade said it was now investigating the cause of the fire, and the Bouygues spokesman said the investigation into the cause of the fire is ongoing, so we're unable to draw any conclusions at this time. Bonkers, absolutely bonkers. Right, Nigel Farage. Nigel. He has stepped forward. Construction bodies have slammed him for laughable claims about migration and the sector. Industry leaders dismissed Farage's claims that the construction sector does not need any workers from abroad and the myth that builders are unskilled. They described remarks by the Reform UK leader as incorrect, arguing that he should try to understand how construction operates and what the pressures are. He added that physical manual labour is unskilled and that we simply cannot go on with an exploding UK population the way it is. Yeah, there's a bit of a thing there. Farage, you're probably a bit wrong there. Unskilled is not the way to really put it. That doesn't sit well with a lot of people. But at the same time, I actually beg to differ. If the leaders that have dismissed this claim, who say that Farage doesn't understand this industry, I actually beg to differ if those leaders themselves actually understand this industry either. Because there's a shed load going on in this sector, what they're not really addressing. But as soon as something political gets mentioned, this is where I think you come to certain news articles and that you start to realise they start pushing their own motive of what, if they want you to go towards the red or the blue or whatever government body is. Politics, eh? Who would have it? I'm not a fan of it. I try and keep my nose out of it. We've got a few things. I'd love to go to push the political side of what we want to change. But from what I can see, to do that, you have to declare yourself as one of a certain party, and I don't really want to be associated with any of them, to be honest. I don't really trust any of them, and I think COVID has shown us that. And I don't think, in speaking to a number of people of all different ages and generations, there's not much that's changed over the years to actually benefit anybody, is there? We're in a position now that, as a state, that we're worse off probably than in a long, long time. Yeah, political nonsense. Stepping back. But that's it. There we go. A little roundup. There's going to be some more. We're back in the office. We're back in HQ. We've got a few local events going on. However, we are going to be building some more energy into ourselves. We're going to be going out in the next couple of weeks and investing in some new software behind the scenes so you guys can not just see me, but you'll also see some guests as well. This is going to become the podcast studio. We'll be hosting guests in and around the construction sector and all walks of life to showcase just how good and how beneficial construction sport can be when the industry embraces it. And we are getting there one day at a time, and we're getting so much more support and acceptance from so many people within the industry on the ground and leaders above. So thank you everyone for your time, and thank you all for your support. We'll keep on pushing. It's time to go get a coffee and get ready to go again. Take care.